What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Autosave Aries coming at you with a topic that has been on everyone's mind over the last year. Is the new Star Wars Battlefront game going to be what the fans deserve? Well, today, I think I'm going to answer that question for you. Star Wars Battlefront is an upcoming title releasing on November 17th for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Like most titles from DICE, it was built using the very impressive Frostbite 3 engine. Battlefront is a reboot of the series. Sorry folks if your hopes were for a direct sequel, as this is definitely not one. This game features up to 20 versus 20 action, spread over several maps, spanning from the icy cold tundra of Hoth to the vast scorching desert of Tatooine. Now, on to my thoughts. The pros. Graphics are amazing, absolutely stunning. The team truly captured what I feel like it would look like to be in a large-scale battle in the Star Wars universe. Music and sound effects only enhance that experience and continue to make it feel like an immersive Star Wars experience. I call this the new gamer shooter, which is awesome. It opens up the market for everybody and anybody to experience, both young and old. Whether you're a longtime FPS player or someone picking up the sticks for the first time, it'll just come naturally. This brings me to the next positive. I love the control setup in this game. It is simple and clean, and I know this might irritate some people. I think this allows you to focus more on the gameplay and the beautiful surroundings, rather than the overly complicated control scheme that some shooters can have. And lastly, I think this goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyways, it's Star Wars, guys! A franchise that needs no praise from me, but in the end, I can't say enough how impactful this movie saga has been on my life. The cons. For starters, the overall lack of content concerns me greatly. I know this is just the beta, however you can see a lot of items that are locked until final release, and there just doesn't seem to be a lot of them. This is not the first time recently we've experienced this from EA. We would all agree that last year's release of Hardline felt like the company stripped away content only to sell it back to us as DLC. I would love to comment on the level of customization, however that entire feature was locked out for the beta. Maybe this is due to it being unfinished, however I worry there just isn't much to be had in a way of overall customization. Proning. The ability I have come so accustomed to seems to be missing from this title. This seems to be a general standard at this point, yet there is nowhere to be found. Hopefully they don't try to sell it back to us in some form of DLC. You know you've wanted it. Now you can have it. For the low price of 99 cents, you can prone. As you play throughout the game, you'll notice these blue spinning tokens scattered throughout the maps. As sad as it sounds, these are some of the most powerful items throughout the game, and can be picked up by any old schlub, no matter the skill that player may possess. These tokens contain everything from proximity mines, to TIE fighters and X-Wings, all the way up to the hero characters Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. I just feel this is a horrible way to dish out these items, and I would almost rather see Call of Duty's kill streak system on some of these things. Next up is the non-destructible levels. I know this seems to be just nitpicky, however I've grown greatly accustomed to DICE's well thought out destructible levels. I would love to see chunks of the walls breaking off and piles of snow being shifted due to explosions, yet sadly they're nowhere to be found in this game. And lastly, Battlefront suffers from an overall lack of balance. This may have just been my experience, but I rarely ever won a match on the Rebel side. But switch over to the Imperials, and I never lost a match. With additional vehicles, and what appear to be overall more accurate and damaging weapons, it's a no-brainer that the Empire is the better side to be on any day of the week. All said and done, guys, my final verdict for this game is a 4 out of 10. The game just does not connect with me on any level. I feel like it falls short on so many points. This is an empty shell of what Battlefront once was. The joy and excitement of playing as the Rebels or Stormtroopers is gone, and replaced with a feeling that you're just some random Joe. I can't tell you how frustrated I am with this game. I would have paid any amount of money for the title that we all deserved. Unfortunately, my friends, this is not that title. Alright guys and gals, that's all the time I have for you tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Please, if you can, jam on that subscribe and like button. Hit me up at twitter.com/autosavearies and at facebook.com/autosavearies. I look forward to continuing to make content that you enjoy. If there's something else you'd like me to see me do or any feedback you'd like to give, please feel free to leave that down in the comments below. Thank you again, and keep gaming for gamers' sake. Have a good night.